Imagine you pay about $40 per ticket to take your family to this amazing, immersive Willy Wonka themed event. And instead, what you end up with is finding out you were scammed by AI art, that the performers were manipulated and lied to, that police were called and the event was shut down, and that your children were crying and traumatized. Well, that's exactly what happened at this Glasgow event that promised families an immersive Willy Wonka experience with sweet teats. Yeah, no, that's an actual ad they posted. Do you see where we're getting into the issues here? Hi, I am Honey, and today, bestie, you and I are about to go down this deep, deep rabbit hole of this shitty experience that happened. So, aside from their promise of sweet teats, the Wonka experience also had some, charming characters, such as Oompa Loompa meets Breaking Bad. And then whatever the fuck this Babadook dressed as Michael Jackson is. More on him later, because my god, he has been haunting my dreams every single night since this started. But not to mention, their own very Willy Wonka, who is performing at the event, has recently gone calling them out on TikTok for using AI scripts. Yeah. It's about to be a doozy. Well, first, let's talk about what was advertised versus what we got. So the company advertised an immersive experience to create lasting memories, which, if I was a child and I saw any of this, trust me, those memories would be lasting. That would be a core memory. It would haunt me every single day until the day I died. Especially this dude.
It's the end now.
Also, I love how in the video, the kid just says, no. If I was that kid's age and I saw that, I would have pissed my pants. Even at my grown age, I'd probably piss my pants if I'm walking through my little Willy Wonka experience and then I see like this happening. But also what was promised was a deep dive into an immersive experience that some guests only say lasted about a minute long, and ended with guests getting these tiny little cups of lemonade, which I found out is actually just Sprite, and a lot of people, across the pond think that lemon lime soda is lemonade. As someone who grew up in Alabama, that is a crime. That is a crime. Criminals, all of you. And also a tiny bit of jelly beans. It looks like the Great Recession finally hit Willy Wonka and everyone's getting rations. Because what is this? $40, okay? I bet you $40 paid for like all of the Sprite they used. Point blank period. I could go down the street and probably cover all the food that was offered. Not to mention people were saying there were other food things that you had to pay extra for. Like, this is not a cruise ship. This is Willy Wonka. So let's just say memories were not made well, to say the least. With the event ending up with BBC reporting that people were calling the police, and the event eventually got shut down with this hilarious sign being put to announce that. And see, the extra problem here is because this immersive experience with its AI advertisements was so heavily advertised, a lot of people bought train tickets, were en route to go to this, spending lots of money to go to this event. And here's the kicker, the company hosting the event forgot to, alert some of the later showing up guests that the event was canceled. Yeah, probably the bare minimum you should do. Allegedly, they forgot to admit the event was canceled. Forgot. But they did say that they're going to try to issue full refunds. They did apologize. I will give you guys that statement later because she is a doozy. So, how did we get here? Well, through shitty AI art and scripting. So this lovely, ignore the misspellings, ad went live, as well as many other ads promising that for the low cost of 36 euros, that is about $40 for all you dumb Americans. It's me, I'm the dumb American who still does not understand how conversion rates work. I can't even speak. Maybe I'm not one to talk, red, white, and blue, these colors don't lie. But for 36 euros, they could get this immersive Wonka experience and live out their dreams and fantasies of chocolate. And what they got was this shitty warehouse with, I guess, decorations. There was something to there. but it looks like something my Uncle Julio would plan when his little 4-year-old is like, I want a Candyland theme party. And he's like, oh shit, let me just blow some stuff up in the backyard and let's hope for the best. Off topic, but do you guys remember when the Kardashians were hosting that like candy themed party, but Kourtney was like, there can't be any candy at the Candyland themed party because that's not good for you. What we're gonna have is organic and healthy snacks. And Kim was like, but Kourtney, it is a Candyland party. You've got to have candy.
And there's just decorations everywhere in the Candyland floor, but there's no candy.
I also assume the reaction to children showing up to a millionaires, candy themed party and there not being candy was pretty similar to children's reactions to this Wonka warehouse. That had nothing to do with this, but I just wanted to make sure we all still remembered that wacky ass event. Okay, ADHD rant over. So these decorations did not meet the advertisements, obviously, but let's be honest, they actually don't look that half bad, especially considering they were posting pictures of the building process, what they were looking like going up. It's not horrible. They just set such high expectations that they were unable to live up to because they used AI art for advertisements. Of course, you cannot create that, at least not in a short amount of time. And honestly, I think had they had more time to set it up, they might have been able to pull something off that wasn't just tarps on walls. But honestly, like, decorations taken aside from this rundown warehouse that looks like we're 25 minutes into setting up the next Universal Halloween Horror Nights house, the decorations are not bad. And on their website, like I mentioned, House of Illuminati, yeah, that is the name of the company. Does this not totally sound like a company that would do something like this? Like I was gonna say, as I mentioned, they put these progress photos on their website, but their name is House of Illuminati. That sounds like a kid's villain. Honestly, this whole thing sounds like a really bad plot to a cartoon where, I don't know, codename Kids Next Doors are gonna come, shut down this event, and we're gonna find out it was run by the evil House of Illuminati to get people to come to this candy event where actually they were gonna steal everyone's sweet tooths and make it to the world-hated chocolate. So how did House of Illuminati react to this? Well, quite simply, they said, we planned a fabulous event and it just did not take shape as planned. And for that, we are truly sorry and we are devastated at how this has turned out. Like my brothers in Christ, my brothers in business, my brothers in chocolate. This is not just you bit off more than you can chew. You falsely advertised. You did not give any people any lead up that they were falsely advertising. And yes, it could be argued that with this thing full of misspellings and obvious AI art, maybe people should have gotten the hint. But you're a business. You are trying to be reputable. And you have done reputable things in the past. And you're throwing that all away for what? $40? My brothers in chocolate, get it together. Like, how do you plan to just take the shape of it when the shape you are taking is quite simply something the human hands cannot do? Probably because AI art gives human hands 9 fingers per hand. On to the people. And I want to make this very clear. I do not believe in trashing the people involved, only the business people involved. We support actors, we hate corporations. And House of Illuminati, you are on my list right now because what in the world? So one of the girls playing the Oompa Loompa described finding her costume and said it looked more like the sexy version of an Oompa Loompa than a kid-friendly one that she was expecting. And of course we got this guy who looks like if the Hat Man and the Man in My Walls had a baby, which isn't too far off because apparently this guy is their little OC, okay? Their original character for those of you that did not spend too much time on DeviantArt, Wattpad, and AO3. Maybe that was just a me thing. But this is their OC, and he is known as the Unknown. Very creative name, I know, round of applause. I wonder if AI came up with that. So the Unknown is an evil chocolate maker that lives in the walls and I guess scares children, because of course he does. And quite frank, I do believe the actual Willy Wonka would find this shit hilarious, especially the children crying. But why are we creating new Wonka lore when we haven't even created a set, okay? I could go to my local theater and go see Willy Wonka Jr. and probably have a more immersive experience. The guy is playing Willy. claims to have gotten a fully AI script. Here are a couple clips of him talking about it.
This is the part on the Thursday. Was told that I needed to learn the script for the Friday. So I said, no problem, send it over. The script was 15 pages, monologue, pretty much, of AI-generated gibberish. One of my favourite lines was, there is a man who lives here. His name is not known. So we call him the unknown.
And truly, he just wanted an acting job. And for that, I feel so bad. Because these actors did not know what they were getting themselves into, with some of them saying they received 15 to 20 page scripts the night before the event. Unless you're doing a really bad soap opera where you only have one take to do everything, you should not be giving your actors scripts with less than a 24-hour notice, especially not that many pages of it. Not when you've been planning this event and selling tickets for God knows how long. And these poor actors have gone from thinking they were having this great acting job to essentially playing Willy Wonka at modern day DashCon. Like, where's the ball pit? At this point, where's the ball pit? Are we surprised their scripts were AI written though? Like, I would not be surprised if the apology is AI, if the company itself is run by AI, if you and I are AI. Hey viewers, if I was an AI worm, would you still watch my content? Please don't answer that. I don't want my feelings to be hurt. So people paid $40 for what? A cup of lemonade, a tiny little shot of jelly beans, and lifelong trauma, and I guess a funny story to tell. But all of that is not worth $40. Again, I could go to my local production of Willy Wonka Jr. and probably walk out with the same amount of trauma. Listen, theater kid young adults are terrifying. At the end of all of this, something tells me no one involved had a Wonkalicious experience. To the poor actors who now are publicly online tied to being a part of this, and some of them catching blame, which again, do not blame these poor people. To the business involved that just ruined their entire reputation. To all the families who had to waste travel time, who had upset children, and who frankly wasted their money. None of this was Wonkalicious. Anyways, I've got to go track down the unknown and ask him if he can perform at my 22nd birthday. I've got some family members that I think kind of need to meet him. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go make the unknown known. But feel free to like and subscribe if you want to live in a land of pure imagination with me. Bye!